Good morning students. In this video we will learn our chapter 4 Understanding Laws. Students, we all are familiar with some laws such as those they specify the age of marriage. Why this law was made? Because a social evil, child marriage, was prevalent in India. The age at which a person can vote, the right is given by universal adult franchise and the age is 18 years. The laws dealing with buying and selling of properties. Now, who make the laws? The Parliament. The Parliament is the highest law-making body of the country. It consists of Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha. India has a parliamentary form of government. Here, the executive is answerable to the legislature. Many questions that may arise in our mind. Do laws equally apply to all? How do we bring about new laws? Could there be unpopular or controversial laws? What can citizen do under such circumstances? Article 370. Article 370 acknowledges the special status of Jammu Kashmir in terms of autonomy and its ability to formulate laws for the state's permanent residents. Violation of law. One example is given in your book. A government official helped his son to go into hiding because his son has been given a 10-year jail sentence by a district court for a crime that he has committed. Do you think that the government official's action were right? No. Should his son be exempt from the law just because his father is economically and politically powerful? Its answer is also no. Members of the Constituent Assembly were agreed that there should be no arbitrary exercise of power in independent India. They therefore instituted several provisions in the Constitution that would establish the rule of law. The most important of these was that all persons in the independent India are equal before the law. The law cannot discriminate between persons on the basis of their religion, caste or gender. Neither a government official, nor a wealthy person, nor even the president of the court is above the law. In ancient India, there were innumerable and overlapping local laws. Different communities enjoyed different degrees of autonomy in administrating these laws. The punishment for the same crime varied depending on caste backgrounds. This slowly began to change as the system of law began to further evolve during the colonial period. It is often believed that it was the British colonists who introduced the rule of law in India, but the historians have disputed. Why these disputes come? Because one of the example of the arbitrariness of that continued to exist as part of British law is the Sedition Act of 1870. Sedition Act means any person protesting or criticizing the British government could be arrested without due trial. And the second example is Rowlatt Act. The Rowlatt Act, which allowed the British government to imprison people without due trial. In Punjab, protest against this act continued actively. And on April 10, two leaders of the movement, Dr. Satyapal and Dr. Saifuddin, were arrested. To protest these arrests, a public meeting was held on 13 April at Jallianwala Bagh in Amritsar. General Dyer entered the park with his troops. They closed the only exit, and without giving any warning, General Dyer ordered his troops to fire. Several hundreds of people died in this gunfire, and many more were wounded, including women and children. Against this action, Indian nationalists began protesting and criticizing this arbitrary use of authority by the British. By the end of 19th century, the Indian legal professions emerging and demanded respect in colonial courts. They began to use law to defend the legal rights of Indians. Indian judges also began to play a greater role in making decisions. In next video, we will learn the rest of the chapter. Thank you. Have a nice day.